What's going on, everyone? It is DylanLasagna here, and man, it's been a while. It's been about 2 months since I did something on this channel, and that's why I want to talk to you guys. We need to have a talk about why I took a break, and it goes further beyond why I just took a simple quote unquote vacation from this channel. So that's why we're here to talk about that in this video. So no further introduction, let's just get right into it. So if any of you even remember 2 months ago, I certainly don't, I did this community post the day after episode 78 of the DylanLasagna live podcast. I was just very frustrated. I was just disappointed, not in you guys, but I wasn't blaming anyone. But myself. I was just disappointed in myself. I blamed myself on the shortcomings of the channel, and where we stood. So in overall, we weren't going anywhere in regards to the present, the future. With the newer content, we were going absolutely nowhere. And as much as I liked doing the podcast, as much I liked making the discussion videos, all that, it was just going nowhere, and that started to make me feel demotivated. And I feel like with each passing week prior to that, I felt like I was just making podcasts just for the sake of doing it. It's like outside of doing podcasts, there was nothing but podcasts almost each week. Outside of what was something that wasn't podcast related? It was a CTR YTP reaction and the Min reveal, I think. What was even more demotivating was the lack of growth and not seeing anything happen in regards to viewership, subscribers, and we'll get into subscribers in just a sec, and lack of comments on the newer content. And, it sucks. It's just when you're passionate about something, but while you don't expect anything in return, in this point of view, all the three things I just mentioned, views, comments, subscribers, you'd like to see at least some kind of positive progress, but I don't know, I just didn't get any of that. And I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but it's just frustrating. It was just disappointing to see. But it was what it was. And I just need to figure out what was wrong. So I took a break to try and reset and reevaluate what I wanted to do going forward. It was supposed to be like a 2-week long break, at most, at least 2 weeks of me taking a break from the channel. But obviously, as it turned out, it turned into a 2-month long break. And honestly, it does feel good. It does feel good because not having to I need to make a podcast today. I got to do a podcast today. It feels relieving, It does feel relieving that I don't have to make a video. I don't have to make a video. I didn't have to make a video for the past 2 months. But at some point in time, you have to update your viewers on what the hell is going on in your life. During those 2 months, I got a part-time job. I'm not going to specify where because I want to keep that private. Although that job is not in the field, the communication field. But you got to start somewhere, right? While in my part-time job, I'm looking for jobs that are actually in my field, which have been met with negative results for since I graduated back in May. And it honestly sucks because, well, one factor is the pandemic. Everyone's been hit hard for it. And it's even harder because, I guess it's the lack of experience that I haven't been able to get because of, I can't drive due to disability, and it's that makes it even harder to travel to place, especially if that place is let's say from here to in Oakland, or from here to a San Francisco, to a Brentwood, or et cetera, et cetera. It just makes travel more difficult for a person with a disability. And I'm not going to disclose that because I want to keep that private too. But nonetheless, it's just been really hard for me, but that's a challenge I still am trying to overcome. Other than looking for jobs, I've also stopped. I've kind of not really stopped caring about wrestling, but I've neared the point where I'm starting to lose almost complete interest in it. Ever since Hell in a Cell, I just stopped paying attention to the shows. I stopped paying attention to the stories, because honestly, there hasn't been anything going on. There has been nothing happening in pro wrestling. Well, outside of Roman Reigns is obviously great character right now with the Tribal Chief. What's there been anything looking forward to on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and especially AEW Dynamite, man? I mean, all I heard from AEW as of late is that Sting appeared on AEW, and now they're all buddies with Impact Wrestling now, and Kenny Omega has been making appearances on Impact. So, but when was the last time Impact has been relevant? When, 2012? So, it doesn't really matter. I mean, unless if they do a merger or something. But still, there's nothing been going on with anything in the pro wrestling industry. And yes, it does sound dense because I haven't been paying attention. But still, that's just how bad the state of pro wrestling has been this year. And it's starting to get exposed, Because I've lost so much interest in pro wrestling, my interest has increased with football. That was one hell of a game between the Ravens and the former, at least for a season, the Cleveland Skid Marks, the Cleveland Browns. I didn't expect it the way that for that game to go. Lamar Jackson literally went full Superman. But outside of that, the whole NFL season's been weird. It's just been one crazy NFL season. You've got multiple games being moved around because of COVID. But it just goes to show you that it's been one wild ride. But the games themselves have been pretty all right. I think the Ravens-Browns game was the game of the year in large part. So playoffs should be interesting. I'm really excited for the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of things going on there that are more interesting than the wrestling right now. And then obviously we had the Game Awards last week at the time of this recording. Oh wait, was it the Game Awards or was it the Last of Us Awards? Because the Last of Us mostly swept the awards, and we know how much Naughty Dog sucked. But I mean, I don't know. I haven't played Last of Us, so I can't really say if Naughty Dog sucked the what. But it did look on paper. It did look rigged because Naughty Dog was winning so many awards for Last of Us 2. Also at the Game Awards, we did get the latest fighter for Smash Bros, and it was Sephiroth, however you announce his name, from Final Fantasy. And I don't care about Sephiroth, honestly. Now, of course, everyone's saying he's the biggest gaming villain in history, one of the biggest gaming villains in history. He's not just some generic anime swordsman. He's an anime swordsman, but with a big-ass sword. He is the anime swordsman, and honestly, I can just care less, But I guess I can respect the fact that, well, if he's that well respected, then cool, I guess. And another thing that I can respect about Sephiroth is that it's gonna finally bring in some more Final Fantasy content, even though I don't really care about Final Fantasy. At least that for fans that are fans of Final Fantasy, they finally get more music, spirits, and all that. So if if they're cool with it, I guess I'm fine with it. But Sephiroth in Smash, cool, I guess. But at the halfway point, we need something interesting. We need an interesting fighter. Now, obviously, I'm always rooting for Crash, and I have an interesting idea that on why Nintendo and Activision may be holding Crash for Smash back like this late in the past. So I'm not gonna reveal it right now because I might do it in a video, but we'll see. That's what I've been up to behind the scenes. So there's a lot of catching up to do. In this point in time. In regards to this channel, there's I don't even know if there's anything to do to revive it at this point, because I've tried to revive it so many times that, again, there's just been nothing happening. Like there's been no good results in return. I'm always glad there's some kind of viewership, but under 10 views is bad. It's really bad. Like, not to sound ungrateful, but under 10 viewership for a 5K channel, it's really bad. Just looking at it analytically. And this is coming from a guy that hates being an analytics guy. It's just bad. It's really bad. At this point, I've done everything from streaming to the podcast to reactions to commentary. Again, I don't expect success to come at me right away, but again, at this point, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, and I'm starting to second guess what the hell I need to do. Obviously, this is not gonna do anything but further suppress my channel. I'm still always have that thought of deleting the WWE, a lot of my older content, like the WWE school, the reaction videos, and heck, even my old stupid vlogs when I first started my channel, because they just no longer correlate with what I do here on YouTube. But I know there are a very select few people that want to see that for whatever reason. So I don't know. I may just delete them outright. I might just private them, or if you guys want to see them not deleted, I can move it to the second channel, the archive channel, DL501 archives. If you like, I can gladly move it there. But I just think maybe that's the primary reason, at least one of the primary reasons why the channel is being not growing. In regards to content, I've been thinking of going back to the discussion videos on wrestling, and I'm thinking been adding sports to the mix, because this is a great time for sport. Even during the pandemic, it's a nice time to talk about sports. Especially for the Niners, man, who've been just so hit with injuries. It's God, why are people talking playoffs? Why are people talking about keeping Jimmy Garoppolo? So it's just thinking of doing shoot the shit, highly opinionated, bad casual takes discussion videos. If it's not videos, maybe podcast style podcasts. Not like the Dylan Lasagna live videos where I just cram it into one podcast with wrestling and sports. Maybe one specific episode on wrestling and one specific episode on sports. It's a podcast about wrestling and sports, and then each episode will be about either or. So we'll see what it brings, because I'd like it to be more focused. And if I do that, then the podcast will probably be Dylan Lasagna live podcast will probably be over. And then last but not least, the gaming content. I'm probably not going to pursue Twitch because of what's going on there. They're probably digging starting to dig their slow but sure grave. It's not appealing to me because of they're starting to they may start, if it passes, this whole DMCA thing that this senator is bringing up, that if you play background music and they detect it, You can be sent to prison or whatever stuff that's going on. And then they just banned the word simp. It's not. I know that last part's not a big deal, but I know a lot of people have been liking to say the word simp lately. So you can't say that or use that in your emotes and all that. So no, I'm no longer gonna pursue Twitch. I'm probably gonna keep streaming on YouTube. But if I am gonna continue streaming on YouTube, especially when it comes to my gaming content, probably gonna move it to a dedicated channel just for gaming, because I feel like not everyone likes my gaming content, and it does feel out of place here on this regular channel. And when it comes to the game content, I'm outside of the intro music. I'm not gonna have background music like at all during my streams, because like with Twitch, I don't want to have to deal with copyright claims and possibly even strikes on that channel if I choose to make it. TLDW, too long didn't watch version of this. I took a break because I was mentally drained. I was just like mentally like drained, demotivated, what have you, from making YouTube videos, YouTube live streams, the podcast, etc., etc. I needed a break, which turned into a 2-month long break from a 2-week break. And I've been trying to think of what I can do to try to revive it, and I don't even know if I can revive this channel at this point. But I've came up with a couple ideas: wrestling and sports discussion style videos, highly opinionated takes, very casual takes, and a gaming channel that it's gonna be separate from this channel, because it's starting to cram up my channel. So that's the TLDW version of this video, and we'll see where it goes from here. I know this update video is very disorganized because there's a lot of rambling. Plus, I only have like small notes of what I want to get out there, what I want to update you guys on. But yeah, there's a lot of rambling and all that, and the normal. But nonetheless, I hope you guys will understand the decision making I do in the coming days, weeks, months, or even the next year in regards to this channel. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what I do. We'll see if I even continue to make content here on YouTube, if I choose to do so. Because at this point, being here on YouTube for 10 years, while I did get to have this celebration of sorts for being here on 10 years, I'm just like, at this point, I could care less. But anyway, I guess I can be glad that I have a platform to share my content with you all. But at the end of the day, it's whatever. But anyway, guys, I guess I could thank you for checking out this update video, and at least I can update you guys on what's going on. I hope I can make a video, at least one more video for this year. If not, I'll just see you all next year, in 2021. Hopefully it's much better than this entire year has been. But other than that, always be delicious, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.